Hello everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. And if you're here for the first time, welcome. If you're a returning subscriber, a veteran in this channel, welcome back for yet another exciting episode of Risk, Money and Insurance. And as we all know, the tax conversation continues because we are indeed in the tax season. The tax season opened from like the 1st of July 2022, and so to those who have received notification for auto assessments where the assessment has already been done for you, don't forget that you have only 40 business working days to check. Otherwise, SARS will just assume you are okay with everything that's there. But then today we are just picking up on a piece, from the conversation we had last week where we were talking about how do we maximize tax loss, right? So how do you maximize tax loss when it comes to investments? And I thought I should just point you guys in the direction of what are investments that are available in South Africa today that are actually tax free. But before I go on, I would just first like to say, well, number one, there are limits to these investments. So if you are investing, for example, in any one of them, there is an annual limit of which has been updated right now to 36,000 rands per annum. So just take into account that anything above 36,000, whether you put it in one place or you used all the vehicles, the limit is the same. It doesn't have to say, well, it's 36,000 per product or per investment, but it's 36,000 overall. So let's just get into them and say what are the options that are available for you if you are really trying to, maximize on the tax laws that are available. But at the end of the day, the goal shouldn't be to actually avoid paying tax, or the goal shouldn't be for you to just be, avoid to pay tax overall. But the goal should be really, in terms of me reaching my goals, how can I actually maximize on tax laws that are available? So the number one investment, if you can put it like that, or like a savings account that's available. I talked about it a few times, and as well as I've actually done a whole video on this thing, and it is a tax-free savings account where you can open this account with any of the major banks. They offer it, or like an insurer in South Africa, and you can just deposit your money there. There's good interest rate, so why not? Compared to a normal savings account, this is a good, you will obtain a good rate from this one. So number one, just a tax-free savings account. And secondly, there are what we call collective investment schemes, right? Where the whole goal is, it's a group of people, just like you and me. We don't necessarily have to know each other. We are using this thing called a collective investment scheme in order to pull our funds together, and those funds are then used to actually buy different assets. So you might find that our money is actually taken and it's going to be invested in equities, and because we as individuals might not have the necessary skills or capacity to actually invest this money ourselves, like not everyone can actually pick the right stocks, right? So you do take advantage of that. So you find that we have asset managers such as your PSG, Allen Gray. They have this collective investment schemes that allow you to take your money and they invest that money for you, right? So they have different funds that are available. Some funds are dedicated to balanced equities. Some funds are just dedicated to properties, or any stocks relating to technology, innovation. If you are a socially woke person, so they do socially friendly whatever investments. So you can actually take advantage of the schemes, and if you deposit your money there, whatever income you will receive or your capital gains won't actually be taxed. So it's a good way for you to invest your money, get higher returns, and actually not get taxed on those. Because, for example, if you take your money and you invest it via easy equities and you don't invest in your collective investment schemes or whatever, then what happens is when you make that profit, right, when you make the capital gains or when you get dividends, you will be taxed on those. Versus if you had taken this route where you are getting the same, dividends, you also also getting your capital appreciation, and then from there you just receive all your money and not pay tax on that. So it's also just an avenue to consider as you are thinking about investing and all of that. And then examples of like your collective investment schemes include your unit funds, where in essence you buy units. So those units are worth, a certain amount, and then over time, because the investments are growing, then the unit price will grow over time as well, and that's how you get your return in essence. So another one, which is sort of in the insurance space, we have what we call endowment products, right? In the insurance space. So what this essentially means is you are in essence like a saving vehicle that you can actually take, a product that you can buy from an insurer. And if you go down that route, you essentially take your money and you give it to them. You can either say, I'll give you money on a monthly basis, or I'll give you money on an annual basis. And after that, they can give you money. Let's say you say, well, I want to receive 500,000 rands in 20 years time if I'm still alive. Or if it happens that I die, then my family or my beneficiaries can receive like 400,000 or like 350,000, or the same 500,000. And then essentially you are essentially buying insurance that pays out whether you die or you actually live until the end of the period. So there are such products where in the insurance space, I feel like it gives people the advantage, right, to actually say, well, I can take my money, instead of just putting it in a bank, I can get that guarantee to say, if I do die within this period, then they can receive a certain amount of money, or I'm guaranteed that my beneficiaries will get a certain amount of money. So those are some of the vehicles that are available to us today as South Africans to take advantage of, the tax laws that are available, because in essence, the government is trying to help us, or to force us indirectly, in quotation marks, they're trying to force us to save, right, for our future. Because if you've done your research, you will realize that South Africa has actually the lowest saving rate. It's like amongst the worst in the whole world. So it's important for us to now just take advantage of what the government is trying to do, help ourselves, help the government in the meantime, because they're also just trying to make sure that you have enough money to take care of yourself, so that the burden doesn't fall on them. And the last vehicle that is available to us is what we call like investment linked type of products, right? And normally what these are essentially bonds, or like any other debt security that is linked to the performance of a certain asset. So in essence, if we're linking a bond to like a certain asset like equity or whatever, if the equity price increases, then the value of the bond increases also. That's sort of how it's linked, right? So how do you get hold of this product? Back to your asset managers again, back to banks again. So that's where you can sort of get hold of this type of product and invest in them. And also, because you don't have to pay tax, it's an advantage to you, depending on your goals, of course, and how long you want to invest your money for. So it is quite important that before you actually take on an option to invest, so I know you go to like Allen Gray or wherever with money and you just don't know what to do. It's important to ask questions regarding, what risk am I actually taking by investing in this thing? And after asking about the risk and all of that, then you can also ask about, okay, what about tax advantages? Are there any tax advantages in me investing in this type of product? Because at the end of the day, why would you buy a product or an investment vehicle that doesn't save you on tax, where there's another alternative out there that can actually help you save on tax? So guys, we've come to the end of the video. I hope you found this informative, and if you have any questions, don't hesitate to just drop them in the comment section below. I love you guys so much. I'll see you in the next video. Oh, bye.